In this video, I'm going to show you how to divide fractions and whole numbers. So if you look at these two problems, the first one has a proper fraction divided by a whole number, and the second problem has a whole number divided by a fraction. So I'm going to show you in this video how to solve both of them. So the first thing that you want to remember when dividing fractions is to write your whole number as a fraction. And to do that, you're going to put it over 1. So let's look at the first problem. I have 6 as my whole number, so I'm going to put that over 1. The second thing you want to remember to do is to keep, change, C, flip, F, also known as KCF. And in order to do this easily, I'm going to write each letter under the part of the problem where it belongs. So my K is going to go under 8/9. My C for change is going to go under the division symbol. And my F for flip is going to be under my 6/1. So then I'm actually going to keep change flip. So 8/9 I'm going to keep how it is as 8/9. My division changes to multiplication. And my 6/1 flips. And by flip, you're finding the reciprocal. So I'm going to star that also to remember that reciprocal is the same thing as flip. So my reciprocal of 6/1 is going to be 1/6. See, so I took 6/1 and I literally just flipped the numerator and the denominator. So multiplication is easier than dividing, so now I can just go straight across. So 8 times 1 is going to give me 8. 9 times 6 is going to give me 54 as my denominator. And there I have my answer, which I'm going to write in the box, 8/54. Now I know that I can simplify that fraction, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. So for this homework, can just leave this as 8/54 and you'll be fine. So my second problem has my whole number as the first part of my division problem. So I know that my first step is to write it as a fraction. So I'm going to take my 2 and put it over my 1. Then I know my second step says to keep change flip, or KCF. So my K is always my first fraction. My C, I'm going to change my division. And my F is my reciprocal of the second fraction. So I'm going to rewrite this again. 2/1 is going to stay. My division is going to change to multiplication. And my 4/5 is going to flip. So its reciprocal, after it's flipped, is going to be 5/4. And then again, I can just multiply straight across. So 2 times 5 gives me 10. And 1 times 4 gives me 4. Now, if you notice this fraction right here, it's called an improper fraction because my numerator of 10 is bigger than my denominator of 4. So we can't leave it as an improper fraction. We actually have to change it. So what I'm going to do, instead of leaving my answer as 10/4, I'm going to ask myself, 4 times what is going to give me 10? Or how many times can 4 go into 10? So I know that 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so 4 times 2 is going to give me 8. And that's pretty close to 10. If I did 4 times 3, it would be 12, which would be too big. So I'm going to use 4 times 2. Now, if my answer is 8, and I know that my numerator is 10, I need to figure out how many is left over. So to get from 8 to 10, I know that I have 2 left over. Okay. Sorry, my husband keeps sneezing. So if I have 2 left over, that's going to be my numerator. And then since my denominator of my fraction is a 4, I'm going to keep my denominator as a 4. And again, I can change 2/4. I can simplify it if I really needed to, but in this case right now, I'm going to keep it exactly how it is. So again, if I have an improper fraction where the numerator is bigger, I need to figure out how many times the denominator can go into my numerator, and then I have to figure out how much is left over. So I'm going to keep that also as my step 3. Change improper. And that'll usually happen if your whole number is first in your division problem. So in this video, I showed you how to divide fractions and whole numbers.